If you're looking for some super easy, super fast Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs, then you won't want to miss this. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. For today's video, we are going to do some really simple Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs that you can do to spruce up your Christmas home decor. These are so quick, so beginner friendly, so without further ado, let's jump in. For this first DIY, we are going to grab one of these small ornament signs that you can find at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to say that probably a billion times in this video, but you can find this at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by taking that tag off, and I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to pop off that metal piece at the top, as well as the buckle in the middle. Now I'm going to be using the back as the front, and I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in white, and I'm going to give that one good coat. I have these half beads that I purchased off of Amazon. Now, Dollar Tree does sell wooden beads now. You can take your miter shears, cut those in half, and use those just the same. I find this to be a little bit easier, so I personally pick up the ones from Amazon. I always have those linked down in my Amazon store, and I just set out about how many I needed, and then I took a piece of tape and folded it in half, stuck all of my beads down on top of there so it was easier to paint my beads without them, rolling around or getting my fingers all dirty. So I just painted those with one coat of my Waverly chalk paint in white. And then I'm going to glue my metal piece back to the top of my ornament. And I'm going to take those beads. I'm going to use my wood glue, super glue that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I prefer this over the hot glue just so that everything lays flat. I find sometimes when I use hot glue on wooden items, there tends to be a gap. The glue doesn't go all the way flat. So for me personally, this glue worked great. I just glued those around my ornament. And then I'm going to take some of these bells that you can also get from the Dollar Tree. I believe that these are the smallest ones that they carry. And I'm going to paint these with my Waverly chalk paint in truffle. I just gave that a couple good coats. And then I'm going to string on some twine onto each bell. And I just tied a knot at the very top of each of those bells. Once I had both of those together, then I'm going to tie both of my bells together. I made sure that one bell hung lower than the other. Next, I'll take a little piece of some greenery off a pick that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just ended up gluing those two together and then gluing them to the top of my ornament, gluing my bells right on top of there, and then I'm going to make a twine bow just by wrapping it around two of my fingers about 4 times, and then I'm going to take an excess piece of twine and wrap that around the middle of the loops that we just made. And then that is all you got to do to make this really simple twine bow. I love bows like this, super easy and beginner friendly. So if you are just starting out crafting, this is something that you can definitely do. And then I'm just going to hot glue that right on top of the twine for my bells and cut those twine tails to size. After that, I'm just going to take some ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, string that through the top of my ornament, tie a knot at the top, and this DIY is done. A huge thank you to Lumi for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I've always struggled with finding a deodorant that doesn't irritate my skin. My underarms are extremely sensitive and they always end up breaking out in rashes that are extremely itchy, and it ends up not controlling the odor either. So I've seen ads for Lumi in the past and I've always been really curious about their products. So when they asked if I wanted to try them, I was really excited to see what everyone was raving about. Lumi is doctor developed and not just for the underarms, it can be used anywhere externally on your body. And it actually prevents external body odor from happening in the first place. Unlike most natural deodorants that attempt to mask the odor, Lumi's unique aluminum-free formula stops the odor-causing reaction from happening in the first place. I've been exclusively using the toasted coconut deodorant stick for the past several weeks, and I can honestly say that it has not flared up my sensitive skin. No rashes, no itching, and no odor. This is an aluminum-free, baking soda-free product, and it's been clinically proven to block body odor for up to 72 hours. Lumi has a starter pack bundle that is such a great deal for new customers. It comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube, 2 free products, and free US shipping. And on top of that, for my followers, Lumi is giving you a total discount of almost 40% off when you order at lumi.deals/LizMoore and enter code LizMoore at checkout. So again, a huge thank you to Lumi for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I will leave all the links in my description box and in the comments down below, so make sure to give them a try and let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and move on to our next DIY. For this DIY, I'm going to take these bamboo rings that come from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using both of them for today's project, and I'm going to paint them both with my Waverly chalk paint in ink, and I gave both of them one good coat. Next, I'm going to add some hot glue to the bigger one on the inside, and we are going to stick the smaller one right down on top of that, right in the middle. I have this little succulent sign that came from Dollar Tree. I just took that succulent right on out, added some floral foam, and hot glued that down to the middle. I then scraped out a little bit of that floral foam so that the rings could sit nice and snug down inside there. Added some hot glue, added my rings. Now I found some greenery that I had in my stash. I just cut all of that down and I started hot gluing it in place. I wanted all of the floral foam to be completely covered up, and I just continued to hot glue all the pieces down until you could no longer see the majority of that floral foam. I then took these florals from the Dollar Tree and I cut all of those apart, and then I just stuck those down into my arrangement, and that is it for this DIY. I think this looks so pretty. I feel like this on a larger scale would also be really pretty, but if you're having a little party with a bunch of little tables, I think these as the centerpieces for Christmas would look so adorable. For this DIY, I found this Home Sweet Home sign from the Dollar Tree. I'm just using a screwdriver. I'm going to pop that metal sign off of the front. And then I have these gift boxes that came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to trace the house sign on the back of the box. I just cut all of the sides off so that everything laid nice and flat. Once I have it traced out, I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that out. I just used some hot glue to adhere the box to the sign, and I just laid that right on top of it, made sure that it was all nice and stuck down. I'm going to take some burlap ribbon that also came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap that around the front of the house and hot glue each side to the back. Next, I took a little piece of this greenery from Hobby Lobby and some berries. These also just came off a random pick, I think, from Hobby Lobby. I'm also going to take some of this lace ribbon that came from the Dollar Tree. I layered this on top of that burlap ribbon, and I'm tying this on top of that greenery that we pulled off. I did make sure to hot glue that greenery down so that everything was nice and secure. And then I just tied the lace ribbon in a bow on the front. I took those red berries that we pulled off and I hot glued 3 of them down to the greenery that we have on there. And then I have these wooden snowflakes that also came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm actually using a furniture marker that comes from the Dollar Tree as well to give it a nice stain. And I'm just going to hot glue that to my house, and that finishes up this DIY. I think this turned out so cute, and I love all the patterns from the gift boxes that the Dollar Tree has come out with this year, and I think it's so much fun to use these as backgrounds for my DIYs. For this DIY, I have this ceramic house that again came from the Dollar Tree and some gift tissue, and I loved these Christmas designs. I'm going to go ahead and paint my house white so that my tissue isn't completely see-through, so that it kind of helps bring out the other colors from the tissue. And then I'm going to cut out just a section of this tissue paper so that we can glue this down to the front of the house. To do that, I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I just put a little bit on the house and then spread it all around. And then I'm going to lay my gift tissue right on top. And then I took my heat gun and went around that to make sure that the glue and the paper were all nice and dry and adhered together. I took my sandpaper and just went around the entire house, removing all the excess pieces that were hanging off from the house. I also took a little bit more Mod Podge and a paintbrush and went over all the edges so that none of the gift tissue would be lifting up and ripping away. Now I have these Scrabble tiles that came from the Dollar Tree, and I took the letters to spell Noel, and all I'm going to do is hot glue these to the front going down, and that is it. That is it for this DIY. I think that this is so cute, and it's the perfect to pair with your bigger pieces or even for a tier tray, and I just think that this turned out super cute. For this DIY, so simple and easy. I found this home sign from the Dollar Tree and I thought, you know what? This is the perfect and easiest thing to transform into Christmas decor. This is, an everyday version, but we are going to spruce it up to go with our Christmas decorations. So all I'm going to do is take some of these red berries I had in my stash and I cut them off of their stems, and I'm going to hot glue them around the wreath on the O, and I just placed a whole bunch of those all over. And then I'm going to take some lace ribbon that also comes from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to tie this in a super simple shoelace bow just by taking 2 loops and tying them together like you would your shoelaces, and I'm going to hot glue this to the top of my wreath. And I just trimmed down those tails, hot glued them down to the wreath, and that is it. That is all you have to do for this DIY. Super, super easy and such a fun transformation for Christmas. That is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed these projects. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out Lumi, linked below as well. Make sure to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!